Hey, hi guys. Okay, this is weird. Like, I wouldn't say new to this. I have gone live on YouTube before, and yeah, but before we get started, guys, there is something that I do want to talk about, and I have been crying since I found out about it. So, it wasn't yesterday, the night before. I've been crying since the night before, and then the majority of yesterday I've been crying about this. And I heard about what happened to Charlie Kirk and stuff like that, and it's very sad. And I really did like Charlie Kirk. um he was a great man, and he didn't deserve to die the way he did. And a part of me is angry about it because you have a lot of people mocking his death and celebrating his death when a couple of days before you had a deranged man stab a woman on a bus, and nobody is shooting that man down or calling for his death or anything like that. And then you got so many people celebrating the death or the assassination of an innocent man. So I just wanted to, put that out there, get that off my chest. It is a great loss, and I mean, he got shot just for speaking or just because of his beliefs or and views on life. And I don't care who you are. I don't care what your beliefs are, and I don't really care about what you identify as. Um, it's not worth getting shot over. And for those of you who are mocking Charlie's death, who's mocking his family and stuff like that, I hope that I hope that somebody shows you more grace, more mercy, and more understanding than what you show right now when something horrible happens to you or to somebody you love and care about. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But with that being said, I am going to play this one short, and this is everything that I have to say about the whole Charlie Kirk thing. I am still kind of grieving and mourning his loss, but yeah, let's go ahead and hop into this.
No doubt if you go online right now, all you see is videos of folks either grieving over the loss of Charlie Kirk or even people belligerent enough to mock and find it amusing. But I heard something that is so powerful and I felt Jesus in it. Check this out.
Of people, and what I want to read something because we got a message from Rob McCoy, and it's Charlie's personal pastor, and we were cleared to share this message, so I just wanted to take a moment and read this. He said, "My friend Charlie Kirk was murdered today by a coward. His life will be remembered for many wonderful things. He built it all with power of the spoken word. He never used violence, but was threatened every day with violence by those who couldn't contend with logic and truth, and now they have done to my friend what evil always does. It takes away life. Charlie did not die, however, but instead he has begun to truly live. His life was secured eternally by his Savior, Jesus Christ. This truth allowed Charlie to face every threat with courage because he didn't fear death. All evil knows is death, and they derive their power from it. Charlie lived for life and will be remembered for this. My heart is broken for his family, his wife Erica, his two precious children. Evil has not prevailed, and it will not win." And that was from Rob McCoy. And I think that that is just such a testament to Charlie, to his character, to what he knew to be true, and that he didn't care what that meant, what threats that meant. He was going to speak the truth unabashedly. And now we have seen that in its truest form, and it's really profound because we do know that death doesn't get the last laugh here, and that Charlie is now with Jesus Christ. And
For the believer, no matter what the world does to you or mocks you or tries to take you out, I'll leave you with this. Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Pray for his family. God bless you.
Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about this. Again, my prayers and my condolences do go out to his family. It is a very difficult time for them. I can't imagine what it's like. Those those little those children didn't deserve to lose their father that way. I mean, he was a good father. You could see that he was a good father. And I think that's what I've been crying about the most. The fact that these children will never get to know their father. I mean, from what I've heard, these children are like 3 years old. They're just babies. And, you know, um, I think that's why I've been crying so much. I've been crying more for the for Charlie's children than what I have been crying for his loss, if that makes sense, because they're not going to understand. They're not going to get the chance to grow up with their father. They're not going to get a chance to know their father. They will only be able to know their father through videos and stories, but you know, hey Sajal, they won't be able to grow up with the father and make memories with their father. And I think that's why I have been crying more for them. And yeah, I'm gonna start crying again. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about this. I just wanted to bring this to light. I just wanted to share my condolences, and you know I will be praying. I will continue praying for their family as well. But yeah, it, it's it's cruel, it's evil, and was extremely unnecessary. But with that being said, guys, I know I don't often go live on YouTube. I've only done it a couple of times. I think this is my third time going live on YouTube, and yeah, it feels weird. It feels a bit awkward, but I think the reason, no, not I think I know the reason why I decided to go live on YouTube is because I did promise stories from the Kruger National Park for YouTube this week. And I have been looking everywhere to find stories about the Kruger National Parks, especially the stories I've already heard about from our neighbor or our ex-neighbor who worked at the Kruger National Park or still works there. I don't know. I haven't seen or heard from him in a long time. And I've heard other stories from other people who either been to the Kruger National Park or whatever. These are only three stories that I know about. I've been struggling to find more stories, but basically it is stories about tourists who act a fool when coming to national parks. It doesn't matter where it is in the world. You think these animals are, tame and they're not going to hurt you. And like, no, the Kruger National Park is a reserve to keep these animals safe, and especially animals that are going extinct, like the big five, um, to protect them as much as they possibly can. However, unfortunately, poachers still get through. They are still wild animals. They are not hand reared by humans and stuff like that. Humans are just there to make sure that poachers don't get to them and stuff like that, and that their natural habitat is taken care of. But yeah, at the end of the day, these are still wild animals. They still insane, like okay, I know the saying goes F around and find out. I am not gonna swear. I try not to swear. I don't like swearing, and I don't like hearing other people swear. Um, so I'm just gonna change. It's like you mess around and you find out. So basically, these are three stories of messing around and finding out that I've heard about. I tried looking for these articles, I couldn't find. So if I do find articles and stuff like that, I will definitely. I would have loved to do a Reddit reaction to these stories, but I can't even find stories on there. And I'm also looking for like my drawing pen for my drawing tablets, which I can't seem to find. That's why I haven't started drawing yet, because I'm like, oh no, where's my drawing tablets gone? Oh, not my drawing tablet, my drawing. Oh my word, guys, I am so. Ugh. Oh wait. I can show you guys my latest commission that I've been working on. I really need to fix my commissions on Fiverr. It is so bad. Like I went through there and I'm like, why can't I get a link? And I tried looking for my name on Fiverr. I'm like, that explains why I haven't been getting commissions. So I really need to fix my Fiverr. But anyway, here we've got Focused Ronald, and I absolutely love it. The lighting looks cool. I think there's some things that I can work on, but there we have the focused emotes. And then we've got one more emote to work on, which I will be working on this weekend. But yeah, guys, there we have it. I've got one more emote to do. There we got the hype train, the raid, and the flirt emotes, and there we've got the other simple emotes. So yeah, no, do not save. There we go. But yeah, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was looking for my drawing pen. Oh my God. Oh my word. I am so. We are on E, so, and then this is Die Hard. So there, that's her coupling done. And let's go ahead and let me just. Oh yeah, I also need to open up the coupling files. Guys, I am so disorganized right now. I am so sorry. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can play music because like YouTube is very strict when it comes to um copyrights, and like I don't want to have reactions because I think that's the only thing we can do is reactions. But even with that, it's still, a bit tricky when it comes to copyright stuff. So yeah, I think it's this one. Let me look at Die Hard. Oh, not Die Hard. Oop, Nan, Lycan, Wolfie, Freya, Mumsy. No, it wasn't Demon. It was. Mm, Okay, so we are fine with this one. I'm gonna go ahead and close that. Ba-da-da-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I can take away the outlines. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and grab all the couplings starting with the letter E. Okay, so we've got. Okay, we've got Elleberry. So I'm going to go ahead, Control C. Go back to Alphabet Art and we'll go Control V. Then we're going to go back. Yeah, just a zoom. I could easily put this in like alphabetical order, but then I won't be able to remember the order that we've done this in. Is Ella Berry the only E that I've got here? Oh my word, she's the. Okay, so we're gonna work on E's and F's today. I'm gonna see how far I can get with this. Um, Nibble, Jazz, Savvy, Jess, Azul, Mira, Corgi, Vicious, Trenchy, Pavis, Opal, Smart Idiots, Taypoon, Ash, Yeti, Raya, Ali, Oop, Galaxy. Wristlocker, Lan, Diehard, Lycan, Wolfie, Fire. Okay, we got Fire. Control C. I'm gonna go here. Control V. Freya. Control C. And then we're gonna go Control V. Skulls, Noodle. Freya! Sajal, how have you been? And why are you going, wow? Like, what's going on? I think that is everyone. Okay. Okay, so there, okay, now I can do this. As you guys can see, we've got Fire, Freyr, and Froyo. I don't see anybody else with an F. Okay. So we're gonna work on an E today because we only have one E. And then we're gonna work on maybe an F. So it's gonna be in this order. Oh, we're gonna go Fire. Then we're gonna go Freyr. Ooh. And then we're gonna go Froyo. And there we have it. Okay, so starting with the first Kruger National Park story that I know of is that, um, so this is a story that he told me, okay? Now, what happened was that, this guy he works at the Kruger National Park. Wait, why can't I see, hold on. Why can't I see the rest of the chat? Nibble! RF! Hey, Jules in YouTube. Okay, listen, guys, listen. I have gone live a couple of times in YouTube. Okay, I think this is my third time that I've done a live on YouTube. But yeah, starting with the first story of the Kruger National Park, as I was saying, our ex-neighbor, or my mom's ex-neighbor, as I should say, he works at the Kruger National Park, and he told me a story about one of his colleagues. I'm not sure if it was one of his colleagues or if it was him, where he was tracking a lion. Now, I can't remember the reason why he was tracking this lion, but he was. And he got, now what female lions tend to do from memory, okay? My memory might be a little bit what female lions tend to do is they tend to hide their cubs while hunting. So they separate themselves from the pack, give birth, and then, like, they'll go back to the pack once their cubs are old enough or whatever the case may be. So, she was hiding her cubs while she was hunting and stuff like that. And this ranger, that worked at the Kruger National Park, got too close to the cubs, and the mother attacked the guy from behind, and he had to. If he didn't put his hands up, he would have died. But he was rushed to the hospital, and his face is severely scarred and stuff like that. So yeah, I think he got too zealous or too excited when he saw how fresh these tracks were, and without realizing it, he got too close to the cubs, and that's how he got attacked. So even experts or expert trackers and stuff like that, even they can get a little overzealous or a little careless. So yeah, that was a very interesting, you know, story that I heard, and I'm like, I still asked, like, hey, is he okay? I remember he still gave me a book where I'm gonna ask my mom if she still has the books or if she gave it back to him, and then I can maybe read from these books, where they have stories like this in that book. I'm definitely gonna look at that. And then the second story that I heard of. Now, these are tourists who were acting the fool, okay? Or they didn't think that the rules applied to them. Now, one was an American woman and the other one was a Chinese gentleman. And what happened was, now when you go to the Kruger National Park, they tell you to close the windows at night because lions roam around. And especially if you have a lion cub, they get curious. And this woman uh thought like it was really hot, so she opened up the window, not thinking that the rules applied to her. Also, there were signs everywhere. Not only did the people who worked at the Kruger National Park warn the tourists, but there were signs all over the cabin as well saying, "Do not leave your windows open at night." And she was like, nothing bad's gonna happen. And this one lion got curious and kind of like put his paw through the window and swiped and basically, yeah, swiped her face, and she died immediately. And then apparently her family still tried to sue the Kruger National Park, but they had no grounds to stand on because not only were the tourists warned, there were also signs all over the cabin as well. So they were just like, she didn't listen. This was, you know, like these were the consequences of her actions. So, guys, when you go to any national park, I don't care where it is, or when you go anywhere in the world, just abide by the rules and laws of that country because those rules and laws were put in place for a reason. You might think the reason is dumb, but the reason is still there. Like, don't think you are better. Sorry guys, I am just looking for references of how I can do this E because I have no idea how I'm gonna do this E. But yeah, okay, so while I'm looking for references, I'm gonna ask chat, what do you guys think of these two stories so far? In YouTube land, I actually like that comment. I don't know. I'm not really getting any ideas. Like, I am completely stuck. I think I got an idea, guys. I think I got an idea. Okay, I can work with this. I can work with this. Okay, I got an idea. Now I know what to do. This one's going to be a little bit different because, like I said, I have no idea how I was going to do this. Oh, okay. So what happened was this okay, from what I've heard, this was an American tourist who came to the Kruger National Park, and she was warned by the people who work there. Listen, don't open up your windows at night. Keep your windows closed because lions do roam around and lion cubs they tend to get curious. So what happened was this girl didn't listen. It was a really hot night and she was most likely getting hot. So she opened up the window and a lion kind of scratched her face. She died. Now, yeah. She died, and her family tried to sue the Kruger National Park, but they were like, you can't sue us because not only did we warn the tourists, there are signs all over and warnings all over the cabin saying close your windows at night because of A, B, and C. And yeah, and then the family was like, okay, well then shoot the lion that killed her. And I'm like, that's impossible because there are so many lions, we cannot actually track down the lion that, attacked her. And the thing is, it wasn't a malicious attack. It was just the lion was curious and he put his or she put his paw through the window and like was probably feeling around and caught her face. So yeah, that's what happened with that one. Where did I put my pen for my drawing tablets? Like I am like seriously starting to get worried about this. Where did it go? Cotton Eye Joe. I just so yeah, and then I was saying like guys, when you go to places, especially where there's places with a lot of wild animals, don't think you know better than the people who work there. Just abide by the laws. It's better to be uncomfortable than be, I don't know, severely injured or dead. Just, you know, yeah, no, they weren't able to sue because of that. No, it's really not. It wasn't like it was a malicious attack and stuff like that. It really wasn't. Seriously, where did my pen go for my drawing tablets? Oh my, what did I do with it? I've see, this is the thing. I pack things away and then I can't remember where I pack them away because I most likely put it somewhere new or somewhere different. Like what did I So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of this whole story, Oh, speaking of stories, guys, I started reading Funny Story and oh my word, I am loving it so far. I'm on chapter 5. It is so funny. I don't know if I can actually read it. Well, a sample of it, because I know I did a sample on it on a live stream, but that was so long ago. I wonder if I can do it on YouTube because I don't want to get into trouble for copyright reasons. No, no, definitely not. It is definitely not the lion's fault. Where the hell is my... Ooh, guys, I'm losing my mind. I'm actually losing my mind. I don't... What the... What have I done? Where is my... Did I just... Oh my word, guys, I don't know where I put it. Yeah, no, definitely. No, she should have listened, but I don't think she was awake when this happened. I think she was sleeping when this happened. And I think that, look, it's not easy to hear when somebody loses their life unnecessarily. But, I mean, okay, there's no buts. It's like, these are horrible stories that I'm telling you guys. And these are stories that I've heard from people who actually worked at the Kruger National Park or people who went to the Kruger National Park. Um, so this is just hearsay. I'm still looking for more articles with stories like this where tourists or poachers, um, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, that kind of thing. And it's been very difficult for me to find stories like this. And I'm not telling these stories because I'm like, yeah, that's, you know, they got what they deserve. These are like more like warnings of, you know, don't do these things because you will regret it. But yeah, guys, I've lost my drawing pen for my drawing tablets. I don't know where it is. I used it on my last stream on Wednesday. I put it down somewhere and I can't remember where I put it down. Unless if it rolled rolled somewhere and fell off somewhere. Like, I can't. I'm actually starting to get worried. No, 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 no. Guys, please. Okay, I know it's not gonna make any sense me asking you guys because you guys wouldn't know. I'm gonna ask anyway, guys. What did I do with my drawing? What did I do with my drawing tablets pen? Like, where did I put it? Like, I am literally looking everywhere and I can't find it. And I'm so careful with my stuff. Like, well, I've been careful with my stuff lately, like being aware of where I put things away and stuff like that to avoid things like this. But yeah, apparently I was not careful enough. Oh my word. I'm looking under my table, actually. No, no, no. I've moved everything back to my study because it is getting warmer now. It's not as cold anymore. And my foot has healed, so I don't need to be in bed rest anymore. So, yeah, it shouldn't be. Unless if I did still have it in my hand and still took it to my bedroom for some other odd reason. I don't know why I would do that. I found it! I found it! Okay, it rolled underneath the laptop stand. Great. Great. It rolled underneath the laptop stand. Oh my word. That was stressful, guys. I honestly thought I was just able to do art. Yay! But yeah, no. Like, I think it's like the reason why I'm telling these stories is because, like, just keep your wits about you and always be aware of your surroundings. And you know, when you see a rule, especially in a park with wild animals, keep that in mind. Don't try and think that you're clever than the people who's been working there for years or decades or even months. I mean, guys, come on. You've got to be so aware of your surroundings. And you'd think that, like, and also keep in mind the people who work at the Kruger National Park, they understand the dangers of working there or any national park with wild animals more than what you do. So don't think you're clever, that more clever than them, or you know, like you just, it just no, no. Okay, I think I'm just gonna copy this. Ugh, not copy this. I think I'm just gonna trace this as is. But yeah, with that being said, guys, what do you think of the first and second story? The first story was about a um experienced tracker who worked at the Kruger, and I think he still works at the Kruger National Park. I'm not sure if he's retired because I don't know how old he was. Um, who basically got demolished by a mama lion because he got too close to the cubs without realizing that the cubs were hiding right by the bush where he was tracking. So, yeah, he got attacked. He survived. He survived. But yeah, and then the other one about the woman who didn't like abide by the rules of or like take the warning seriously about not leaving your windows open when you go to the Kruger National Park. And then I'll move on to the third and final story, and then I'll talk about Funny Story, the book that I'm currently reading by Emily Henry. Actually, what am I doing? Yeah, no, definitely. And also he was an experienced tracker. He worked at the Kruger National Park for quite some time, so he understood the dangers more than what most people do. So that was just an unfortunate accident. I think he got too excited and he wasn't really paying attention, and that's how he ended up in the situation he ended up. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I think I'm gonna go with that. And one, no, that one, and that one. Mm. I'm gonna go like that. Um, as for the third and final story of the Kruger National Park, now I just need to find wood. No, please don't tell me I have to download it again. But anyway, um, the third and final story, what happened with that was, yeah, no, definitely. The third and final story, what happened with that was, I think it's this one. Let me just double check. Ugh. Yeah. Uh, so the third and final story, what happened with that one was this one is actually a Chinese gentleman, I think, if I remember correctly. Now, what he did was he came to the Kruger National Park. Now, I don't know if this was a language barrier thing or whatnot, or if he understood English, or I'm not sure. And again, I think he just got a little bit excited. But what happened was he saw now Gemsbok. Let's see if I can find an image of a Gemsbok for you guys. So a gemsbok is a type of buck. We call it a gemsbok, and they are quite aggressive. Um, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna. I think it was a gemsbok that they were talking about. So I'm not 100% sure if it was a gemsbok or whatever, but let me show you what the image looks like. Oh. And then let me just close that. Sorry, guys, I just saved it and thank you. Close that. Ooh. Now, normally on Twitch, I normally have like music playing in the background, but because YouTube is so strict with copyrights, the stream is going to be a bit quiet. I don't like it. But anyway, that's a gemsbok. Now look how long their horns are. Okay, these animals are, and apparently these animals are quite aggressive. So what happened was there are signs, or apparently in the Kruger National Park, saying that when you take photos, please make sure that the flash is turned off. Now, this could have been a misunderstanding. This could have been he didn't check his flash, or he forgot that his flash. I don't know. There's so many things we don't know. We weren't there. And what happened was he took a picture of one of these bucks, and I wouldn't. A lot of these bucks are very aggressive, and it makes sense because there's so many predators out there. Um, that it got aggravated by the flash of this man's camera. Now, whether it was the camera or the phone, and this guy was sitting in his car, and apparently this buck rammed his horns through the car into the guy and through the other side of the car, or we don't know from what direction it was, if it was from the driver's side, the passenger side, I'm not sure. But anyway, the apparently the horns went through the driver, like through the car, through the driver. The people at the Kruger National Park, they had to put the buck down to get because the buck was really aggressive, and there was no other way of, like dislodging the buck out of the car, out of the driver. But the driver unfortunately did, from what I remember, did bleed out and he did die. Um, because he had his flash on his camera. So guys, again, just be aware of these things. Like again, I don't tell these stories because, hey, look, there is some like there is warnings that you should be taking from these things, whereas, you know, don't think you are more clever than the people who work there, because you will find out the hard way. Um, take these warnings into consideration, understand where they're coming from. These stories happen for a reason. I mean, recently, a bunch of tourists were, oh, these are knitting ones. No wonder why. Okay, never mind. Okay, yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. I can see that being an accident. Like I said, we weren't there, but these are just stories that I've heard from people who work at the Kruger National Park, or people who heard stories from, passed down and whatnot. Whether these stories are true or not, but I mean, like, even if they're not true, or even if they are, there's still warnings behind them. There's still that sense of like, just be careful, take these rules into considerations. At the end of the day, these wild animals might be used to humans, but that does not make them less wild. That does not make them more tame. And yeah, no, definitely. It's scary when you think about it, to be quite honest. It's really scary when you think about it. But yeah. Mm, I think it's this one that I had before. And for some other reason it deleted. Yep, it was this one. I'm so mad. Yes. I want to re-download that brush. Why are you deleting my brushes, Clip Studio? Do you want me to smack you? Mm. So while I'm waiting for this brush to download so I can get my wood texture back, um, there is one more story that well, not one more story. So those are stories from the Kruger National Park that I know about, either from directly from somebody who worked at the Kruger National Park, or stories that's just been passed down on. Uh, so just take that with a grain of salt and, do with it what you want. But moving on to the book that I am reading called A Funny Story, I am loving this so far. So basically, what this book is about, it's about these two people, both of their partners cheated on them. Okay, wait, how do I explain this? Okay, woman A is engaged to her fiance. Man A is dating the woman's fiance. No, wait. I'm not explaining this right. Okay, so we got woman A, man B. No, woman A, man A. No, you know what? I'm gonna do a diagram. Okay, I'm gonna do a diagram. I'm confusing all of you. File new. Okay, so we've got. Oh wait, no. Okay, yeah, let's go. Oh my word! Why are you? Okay, okay. So we've got woman A and okay, woman A is engaged to man A. Okay, let's say man A. Okay. Now, man's A, best friend, we're gonna name her woman B, is dating man B. Okay. So now this is best friends. Best friends. Okay. This is engaged. They fiancés. Okay. So I'm just gonna put the eng for engaged, not English. Okay. So man A on his bachelor night gets together with his best friend, woman B. Okay, I'm hoping I'm making sense now, okay? So now they cheat. They cheat on man B and they cheat on woman A. So man B basically comes over to woman A's house and they were just ready to beat up man A, but they already left. And she's basically got like a week to move out of the house which man A bought her. So he comes over and she asks man B, "Hey, how big is your apartment? Is it, do you have a spare room?" So they end up living together. So now woman A and man B get drunk one night after a couple months staying together and decide to go to man's A and woman's B's wedding because now they're engaged and now they're getting married. And that's where I am at. So hopefully this made a lot more sense. But it's so funny how it happened because woman A tells man B that like, oh, I told my ex that we are dating. He just bursts out laughing and he has no problem with it because now they got this plot of going to this couple's wedding just to freak them out. I don't know if they're going to ruin their wedding. I don't know what's going to happen, but it is so funny and I love it. Especially the night that they got drunk. They ended up like I don't know, they just oh, it is so funny. Hopefully, the way I explained this and this diagram is making sense because I couldn't remember the character's name, but yeah, Daphne. Okay, so Daphne was engaged to Peter. Peter cheated on Daphne with his best friend, um, Pietra, and now Daphne and Miles, Pietra's ex, are living in an apartment together. There we go. That's basically it. And then Miles and Daphne gets drunk one night and they decide to RSVP to their ex's wedding. So, yeah. That's basically what the story is about. That's how far I got, and I don't know what you guys think of it, but I am loving it so far. I'm here for the drama. I am so sorry if that confused a lot of you. I do apologize. I did not mean to confuse you, but yeah. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Yes, complicated partner shenanigans wrapped up in comedy. That, that's it. That is basically the story. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go. No, create selection. Thank you. I am gonna go with a lighter. There we go. And then I'm gonna go back to the darker. Yeah. Okay, maybe not that light. Maybe a bit darker like that. That's a bit too. Oh, that's a bit too light. Okay, maybe I need the brush a little bit. Yeah, complicated partner shenanigans. But it is so funny. I'm gonna see if I can like read a snippets from the book. Like I'll most probably read from the part where they get drunk and decided to RSVP to these people's weddings. I don't think this is helping. There we go. There we go. That's better. Like actually get that wood texture in. Doing this with a mouse is so much more satisfying. Okay. Why are you... Because it's really getting that wood texture in. I'm gonna go a little bit smaller for down here and for in between. There we go. Now we really got that wood texture. Now, I don't know if I should do multiply or overlay. Let's try overlay. Ooh, overlay is a bit, no, multiply. Wonder if I turn that down to 80. That looks so much better. And then I'm gonna go new raster layer, clip that with a color dodge. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go 300. Oh, 800 is a bit too big. 500, yeah, 500 should be fine. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a quick and then maybe go down to 300. No, do 120. There we go. Okay, undo. Ooh, I like. Okay, so wait, what happens if I do overlay? Overlay looks nice. What happens if I do soft lights? I like soft lights. No, overlay look better. Overlay. No, soft lights. Then, ooh, no, 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 not color dodge, not color dodge. Soft lights. There we go. What do you guys think? That looks so nice. Oh my word. But anyway, let's see if I can get that. It's in chapter 4. So spoilers ahead if you guys do want to read this. Oh wait, I'm on chapter 5. Okay, here. Okay, so this is after they get the wedding invitation from their ex and they went on a drinking binge and they both cried and stuff like that. So so here now Miles goes, wait, I think we should just effing do it, he says. My heart spikes upward. My skin goes very hot, then very cold. What? Let's RSVP, he says. Let's go to their wedding and get wasted, eat the cake before they've even cut it, and puke on the dance floor. I laugh, okay. I'm serious, he says. Let's go. No way, I say. Okay, fine, he replies. Then let's just say we're going. Miles, I reply. Why? To make them sweat, he says. And pay $90 a plate for dried out chicken and that no one's gonna eat? Their parents will pay for that chicken, I say. And I don't know about the Comers, but the Collinses are lovely people. He flinches. I'm not sure at which parts, but something I said definitely shifted his mood a bit. They're also rich, he says. $90 is nothing to them. And at least this way they have to spend the next few months worrying that we'll show up and ruin their big day. Maybe they don't care, I say. The smirk seeps from his face. Shit, he says. You're right. I guess that's why they invited us. I snort. You know why they invited us, Miles. Because they're both addicted to being universally loved. And they're good at it. Good enough that they don't realize you don't get to be loved by people whose hearts you completely effing destroyed. They think they're being the bigger people right now, but they don't get to be the bigger people. For the next few years, they have to live with being the assholes. He seems unconvinced, but now I'm sure. We should RSVP, I say. They're not the bigger people. If that, he agrees. If that, I half shout out. Mr. Domer pounds on the wall. Miles presses a points finger to my lips. If that, he whispers. If that, I whisper back. He watches my lips move against his finger. I feel another pleasant zing. We should go to bed, I say. And then, because it came a little too low, I should go to bed. He lets his he lets his hand fall away after we RSVP. So the next morning, she basically wakes up. She doesn't remember much about the night before. And yeah, so and then the next chapter, chapter 5, she gets a phone call from her ex saying that he got her RSVP and he's trying to convince her not to go to the wedding because she'll be sad and lonely because she's single. So yeah, she's like, "No, I am coming. I am not single. I am in a relationship." And he's like, "That relationship." So her ex is like trying to gaslight her, saying that relationship is not gonna last long. And she's like, "No, I'm coming. I'm in a relationship." And so she goes to the Miles, the guy that she's living with right now. Like, they're not in a relationship, okay? Let me just make this very clear. They're not in a relationship. They just doing this to mess with the people that broke their hearts. And she's like, I kind of told my ex that we're dating and that we're going to the wedding. And he just bursts out laughing. And I'm just like, oh my word, I am loving this book. I want to continue reading this book. But yeah. What do you guys, would you guys read this book? Would you guys not? I'm loving it. And yes, I will not stop singing this book's praises because it is hilarious. I wonder if we shall do fallen leaves or grass. I kind of read ahead, but not all the way ahead. Okay, don't be mad. Oh, by the way, Mumsy's also reading the book, so we're kind of reading the book. And he's just like, you read ahead. How rude. Me, I'm sorry. I could not read ahead. Okay. Like, the book is too good, guys. The book is too good. I'm sorry. And only one chapter. Only one chapter. So sensitive. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna put a tree there. What I am gonna put is I'm gonna maybe put some grass down. I'm sorry. It was one chapter. Just be glad it was one chapter and not 10. Because I have to force myself not to read this book. Okay? Do you know how difficult it is? Hey, Mumsy, how you doing? And then we're just gonna have some fallen leaves. Because this is the only thing I can think of doing. You know what? You know what? Shame on you. Shame. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate layer. I'm gonna put you at the bottom. Control U, and then I'm just going to boom like that. And then just what if I go overlay? Ooh, that does not look good. Soft lines. That looks a lot better. And then we just go 16. There we go. That looks nice. Some 3D effects going on here. I'm sorry to hear that you're having such a difficult day. I'm really, really sorry to hear that. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I'm really, really not sure. Oh wow, okay. That looks a little bit better. What do you guys think? Just add some highlights to this mess. Then just add some. How you doing, Bismuth? You new here? Oh, thank you. Welcome in. I'm just gonna give you an official greeting real quick. Hey, how you doing? This I don't normally go live on YouTube. Normally I go live on Twitch. But because I promised stories from the Kruger National Park this week, I thought it would be best to go live on YouTube. Sorry if I'm a bit quiet. I'm more used to Twitch's atmosphere, so this is like kind of new territory for me. But yeah, how you doing? If you want to know what I am busy working on, I am busy working on coupling alphabet arts. Now, couplings is what I do for my chat. So on Twitch, if you get enough channel points and you redeem a coupling, then I'll make your own personal coupling. But now I'm taking all the couplings that I've already got and I'm turning it into alphabet art. This was part of a donathon that I did. So yeah, so I'm just like trying to complete all the goals from donathon. So this is what I've got so far. I'm just gonna go ahead so yeah, that's Die Hard, Dampier, Demon, Corgi, Callie, Cassie, Azur, Ash, Ali, and this is Al. Now the couplings that you see here, that's the next set of letters I'm doing, which will be F. I only have one E, guys. I only have one E. So I've got to make it look good. I'm actually starting to like it. What do you guys think? I like the blue, like that hints of blue in the wood. I like it. Yeah. So there we have it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm very happy with this. Who loves me? Somebody loves me. Oh, my battery's flat. I need to put my phone on charge. Yeah, we had a like massive power outage last night. Like the whole of our area was out. We're not sure what happened. But yeah, no, our power came back this morning. So yeah, but I actually wonder what happened. Like, did anybody like actually say what happened with the power outage yesterday? Uh, so it says your power has been restored to all areas except for area A and B and stuff like that. Okay, so cable was stolen from one of the power stations, and that's why we had a massive power outage in our whole area. So it wasn't just my neighborhood, it was quite a few areas that were affected. I think 5 areas were affected by it. Oh no, your messages are going through, Mumsy, don't worry. Okay, I need to change this to Elaberry. Elaberry. Okay, there we go. Da, 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 da. I've only been alive for an hour and 14 minutes. Wow. Oh, guys, if I do go live on YouTube while doing art, would you guys want me to react to, I don't know, like rotten mangoes or other YouTubers or things that are happening in the world? Like, what would you guys want me to do if I do decide to go live on YouTube more? Um, I'm just asking because normally when I go live on Twitch, I have some lo-fi. When I'm doing arts, I have some lo-fi playing in the background, or I'm busy playing games, or because like I don't really have a particular niche or a particular trend that I follow. When I go live or when I stream, I just do what I want to do, and that's basically it. But yeah, would you guys want me to do something different on YouTube? Would you guys want me to stick to the same format as what I do on Twitch? What? It just feels weird, like streaming without anything on in the background. I just, find that really unsettling for me. Mm. You have no clue. I think I might like do some reactions on YouTube because like I think that's the only thing I can do. I can't really have anything playing in the background due to I can't really have any music, even if it's lo-fi playing in the background due to copyrights and how hard YouTube is doubling down on that. So yeah, I think I might just have like somebody like sort of reaction if if I go when I go live again because I will be going live on YouTube. It just won't be as often, if that makes sense. That is not what I wanted to do. That's the one I needed to duplicate. Okay, duplicate. Control U. Okay. I think I might actually do a do the same thing with the E. Oh shit. Okay, now I've got it right. Oh my word, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, no, cancel. We need to duplicate layer first. Okay, so duplicate. So this is like one of the easiest ways to get shadowing done in art. You duplicate the, if you got Clip Studio, Control U, and you go to luminosity. You put it down all the way to -100. And then you just move the shadow however you want it. I think I learned this from an art channel. I can't remember which one. There we go. I like that. And then you can clip if you want to. And then what you'll do is you can go multiply, but because it's black, you can go overlay. Overlay will be a little bit lighter. You can go soft light. You can like play around with the shading to the way you want it. I'm not really happy with any of this. So what I normally do, I just go to transparency and I lower the transparency until I'm happy with it. I think 30 is way too low. Let's try 50. I think 50 is good. And then you can just like manipulate however you want. Maybe 60 is better. And there we have it. Or maybe 80. Yeah. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. And then what I can do is I can go here, duplicate this, put it under Control U, turn the luminosity all the way down, and then just move it however you please. And there you guys kind of got a 3D effect with that. And there we've got Ella Berry's E. I think it's nice, but I think I could have done a better job. I don't know. What does chat think? What does chat think? Oh yes, we're forgetting something. I'm gonna go ahead, duplicate layer, and I'm gonna move this layer to down here. Ah, found you. I'm gonna put you above. I think I'm gonna put you inside the shade. Yeah, over here. I go multiply. Ooh, no, multiply is a little too dark. Overlay. Mm. I like multiply, but then let's go 60. 80. I like 60. Not a problem. I think today's just gonna be a short stream because I do have like an event in Discord later tonight, and that's why I'm streaming now. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to share some stories with about the Kruger National Park while I worked on the next letter. And then, guys, Mumsy, I will be finishing your commission over the weekend. And then, yeah, next week we will continue with this alphabet art, starting with the next letter F. So I'm just going to go ahead and move that down to here. And I'm going to go F, F. And there we have it. And then I'm just going to move that more to the center. There we go. And then next week we will be continuing with F. I know today was a short stream because normally I stream for like 2-3 hours. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. And yeah, I shall see you guys on Twitch on Saturday. And then until then, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say bye, my couplings.